Hi, so I figured I would do a quick update regarding the reading and stuff. So last night I picked up The Rich. I read about 28 pages, maybe 30 pages, and I was like, the writing just isn't it for me, so I DNF'd that. And picked up Cold People, which I was definitely enjoying a lot more. I got to page 54, and I'm hoping to read a lot more of this today. In fact, I'm hoping to read as much as possible from this today. But before I get to do that, I finished listening to Thank You for Listening, which I really enjoyed. I think I'm giving it about a 4-star. I think I will love it a lot more if I read physically. As much as I love the narration, I think I missed quite a few bits and pieces because I was doing some work and stuff, but I really enjoyed this. I do recommend this. If you have a chance to pick it up, you should. I definitely recommend. I'm giving it 4 stars. And then I picked up another book called The Ark. So far I'm not gelling with it as much as what I thought I would. I will probably hopefully gel with it a bit more as I get further into the book. I'm only like 6% into it right now, so we're still getting a lot of setup. Now we've been introduced to the character, and then we'll be introduced to the concept of the Ark. And the Ark is essentially like a system or some sort of technological thing where basically you give your DNA and it will match you with a person that is supposed to be your soulmate genetically, I think, if I remember the premise correctly. So there's that. I'll listen to that further maybe tomorrow or the day after or whenever I feel like tackling my shelves, etc. And when I have things to do that require me to listen as opposed to reading. And you would have seen last week that I was very dismayed that I couldn't finish Skandar. I now have brought it home and I have like 100 pages left. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna read this in like a little bit. I just need to take out the trash. How cool is that? Sorry, I'm just like, I want to finish this off today. I think I'm going to be able to do so. I'm going to pick up Crave because Crave is the next one where I'm going to be reading for about an hour in it, which I'm hoping to get at least 200 pages into this, and that's a little bit closer to halfway. And then the rest of the evening I will essentially be reading Cold People and hopefully making my way through this and potentially finishing it. Probably not, because between these 3 books, this is 100 pages, probably 100 pages, 200, and then this will be like 300 pages. So that's like 500 pages in one day. I might be able to do it if I stay up long enough, but at the same time, we will see. First things first is the trash, then Skandar, and then I will update you on the rest. I also have finally got power, which means I can upload things, edit things, be more comfortable doing things, you know, all the words. Hello, happy Thursday. I wanted to do a quick little update for you. So I have read and finished Heartstopper Volume 2, as I mentioned yesterday, I believe. I'm just currently prepping for this, so I'm not going to tell you too much about what I think at the moment, just because I will be doing a little bit more in-depth thoughts in September. But right now I'm just preparing and learning about the content and seeing what it's all about. Obviously I know what it's about, but in terms of like, I just want to see what each volume is about and stuff like that, so that I can get stuck into it and see what I can do for work purposes. But I finished this today, which was really great. Then, so I got like 150 pages into Cold People, and it's gone a really weird spin. I think I might have mentioned it, I don't know. But basically it went from being like a survivalist book to talking about like genetic mutations that have been done to, you know, save the race and all of that stuff. And I usually don't have an issue with that, but I don't like it. Actually, it's like a trope that I don't really vibe with, and I couldn't get into it. We literally have lizard people. I'm moving away from this. The beginning was really great, it was really strong. If you don't mind genetic mutation in the span of like 20 years, it's fine. Like, I obviously understand mutations happen over time, your body adapts, it's part of the whole thing, but within 20 years, like, it was man-made. And I feel like the gap between what we experienced in the first like 150 pages to what we're experiencing now is weird. That's it. So for August so far, I've read 12 books, which is definitely still a stretch from my 31 books that I hope to read this month, but keeping in mind that this is like the most I've read so far, or not really the most, but it's like one of the highest quantities I've read in the last couple of months. My reading has been doing a little bit of this year. Let me actually show you what that graph looks like on Story Graph. There. So like there you can see like how the graph is like going up, and then it just shrunk, and then it's like a slow build up back up. So that's how it is going at the moment. I think for the rest of the evening, I'm going to read these 2 books. I want to get a good start on Wildfire and obviously Crash, which I'm so excited for. I might read it on my Kindle as well. I'm not sure. If you don't know, Wildfire is coming out in October. Let me see if I can't get a more precise date for you. 3rd of October. So this will be coming out on the 3rd of October, which I'm so excited for. I'm so excited to start reading it right now. I'm hoping to make it at least maybe 100 pages into this, if not more. And then I think I might jump into Crash and read this before I go to bed, maybe an hour or so beforehand. So this is kind of what my evening is going to be looking like. I do still need to read Brandjahr, which is an Afrikaans book that I'll be doing a tour for. Not that one in particular, but the 3rd book in that series. I'm going to leave that for the weekend when I can do a lot more, like concentrating on that. So that's where we are at the moment, which I'm really excited for. I think I'm going to jump straight into Wildfire because I feel like this is exactly what I need right now. Hi, hello. So it is Saturday morning. I'm in the process of making some breakfast, but I thought I would do a quick little update reading wise. So yesterday I managed to finish Heartstopper 3, as I said earlier, and I know I'm reiterating myself here, but I'll tell you a bit more about when we do stuff for it at work. But right now, just familiarizing myself with the content, but I enjoyed this one a lot, by the way. I think it's important to mention that these books deal with a lot of heavy topics, such as like coming out, self-harm, eating disorders, stuff like that. So just be wary when you do go into this because it might be triggering. But yeah, I really do like the way that as Osman deals with these topics, but more on that on a different time. Then I managed to read a bit more of Wildfire this morning. I'm on page 80 right now, so I'm hoping to obviously finish this today. There's only about 400 pages in this book, so I have 300 pages left to go. My plan is to read this in its entirety today. I think I can do it. I'm really enjoying it so far. The story is just so cute. I love that Russ is kind of the more gentle kind of person. He's more like, not that he's sunshine, but if I had to choose like a trope, is that, you know, Aurora is a lot more of the player in this kind of relationship. She has never really been in a relationship, and Russ just is that really sweet, soft, golden retriever kind of boy. So I'm really enjoying this so far. I will be continuing this today. Then obviously I'm planning on starting and finishing Heartstopper Volume 4. This is, I think, yeah, this is the latest volume out at the moment, and then obviously volume 5 is coming out in December, which I will be reading when it comes out. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the story so far. I think this book is going to dive a little bit deeper into the topics that I mentioned earlier, because obviously Nick and Charlie are now in their relationship and they're getting to know each other. So I'm planning on doing that, and then my plan is to start on Crash. Apparently it's going amazing for my friend, so who I'm reading this, which is Roseanne. I'll have a link down below if I can remember. But I'm so excited to jump into this. I was half contemplating buying, I think it's Covet or something like that. What's the next one in this series? Yesterday when I was at the bookstore, but I was like, you know what, I'll just wait. I'll order them at work on Monday, and then I'll order like the next 3 as I mentioned, I think. And that way they'll arrive when they arrive, and then I can just finish the series because I'm really enjoying it so far. If for some reason I manage to finish all of those this weekend, which I don't think is difficult because it's literally just 2 full-length novels and 1 graphic novel. I do need to read Brandjahr, which is like the Afrikaans book that I mentioned I'm doing a tour for in September, which is like next week. Obviously it's not starting next week, but it will be next week. So my plan for this is to make my way through this, maybe finish it if I can. I did find the first page like easy to read, so I'll just be continuing on with that. Then obviously, I don't think I'm going to read that like solidly. I'll probably read like 20%, put it down for a bit, pick up something else, which will then allow me to pick up these 2 books. I'm hoping that I can still get these in August because I really would like to. So obviously we have Serpent and Dove, and then the Twin Crowns. From what I hear, Twin Crowns is very YA, and I really enjoyed Serpent and Dove when I read it a couple of years ago. So this will be a little bit more of an annotation journey for me. But yeah, so that's kind of what the weekend is looking like. A very much booked weekend, if you will. But yeah, I'm gonna check on breakfast. I have finished Wildfire. Did I like it more than Icebreaker? No, but I did like some parts of this a lot more. I think I liked the topics and the environment a little bit more, and I think the fact that I didn't like this more than Icebreaker more has to do with the fact that of what I'm reading next. than what I was reading because I'm so excited to get to Crash. So I was like more focused on like, let me just get through this. But I really did enjoy it. I like tab this stuff and I had a really good time. There were really some fun moments and I really cannot wait to see what else Hannah Grace does because she just does group dynamics so well and I really enjoyed that part. But before I jump into Crush, because I really want to finish one more book today, I'm going to read Heartstopper Volume 4. It's going to be quick. I just know it. I'm just going to have a great time just reading that, and then I forgot to put Crush far away. But yeah, so then I'm going to jump into Crush and then hopefully get a good 200, 300 pages into that, depending on what time I end up going to sleep. But for now, we're going to just jump into this and embrace it all and see how far we get.